Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's live stream, in which we will continue with this little castle thingy. Let's get the stream start thingy away. Yes, we have a new layer, and I think we just are just gonna go right in here and start right right away with the painting. I hope you enjoyed the things we did yesterday. Not sure how long we will stream for today. Possibly a little bit longer. Want to try to go back to 2 hour streams. That's lovely. Because I think 1 hour is you can do some stuff in 1 hour, but 2 hours just seems better. um, maybe we'll have some time then to do some other stuff than just this castle thingy. So yeah, today we're gonna do primarily painting on this. We may do some other stuff, as I said. And yeah, let's see what we can do, what we can make of it. That might be good. I'm thinking of bringing in some colors and some textures from some photographs. I usually like to do that quite often in my work, so I might do it today as well. Well, I think I'm definitely gonna do it. So prepared for that. Yeah, for the rest, oops, it's a big zoom in. Yeah, we're just gonna try sort of to relax and see where this whole thing takes me. I kind of feel that we should work a little bit on this grass here, trees, or I like to call them. Should bring in some texture in this brush. Let's see what we can do. A little bit of texture, stuff like that. Don't want it to become too repetitive, but we want some variation here. Still a slightly whitish tone. Some of the stuff down here. Let's try to get some texture on the wall as well. We may try to do it with brushwork. That might work as well. I usually run quite fast to textures. I should try to improve my my brush work as well. Instead of just relying on actual photo textures. It's a lot faster, of course, the photo textures compared to just painting, but sometimes it's good to sort of sit back and try to relax a little bit. I think I actually quite like this sort of reflection of the sky in the on the here, so might be onto something there. Yeah, we may keep that. I'm struggling a little bit with the mountains in the background. I feel like the entire thing should be a little bit darker. Let's grab a new layer and throw some black on it and set it to saturation. now you can see the values. As you can see, they're all sort of in the, most of them are sort of in the mid-range. So I feel we definitely should get more contrast in this piece. We could try to do some curve adjustment here, but then it sort of turns all to black. That's not really fun, but it feels really toned down at the moment. So we need some stronger shadows and stronger highlights in this piece. So I think I will definitely bring in some photo textures because they might help with that. Try to get some color variation in here. I think I need this big of a brush to work. Better off just repeating the smaller one places. Let's try to figure out something this amount here. I think I'm gonna go in value pass soon castle and stuff in front of it. It's like that. I think with darkening these mountains, that kind of works already. It need to focus on some detail though. Bad. I'm just gonna look for some textures. Let's see. Images. Where do we have this? We got a bunch here. Some landscape pictures, not too much. A lot of it is still in the new image folder. I should spend some time sort of searching for images that we can use. No, this is, so I think we're sort of we keep using the same images over and over again, and I think it doesn't help with how the art turns out. I'm gonna throw this on here for now. Can immediately get rid of it. That's not what we're after, so let's get that out of the way. And try to, maybe we need to blur the image a little bit, but try to get some nice effects going on. Watch might be too overlay kind of works. Makes it quite dark, but let's use a soft brush as our eraser. Some of it. I think that is a nice addition to sort of painting, and I think it helps the values as well. So that's good. Now we need something for those mountains. See, we have some stuff. want them to be sort of gray, rocky. It's the wrong window. Or do I want them to be? Just gonna open a few images. See, yeah, you can use this if you want. It's more. Sort of works entirely. Possibly want it, but I think the soft light actually works quite well here. Gonna grab the lasso tool, sort of sort this out instead of using these. This works better. This as well. Might as well grab this. Okay. Sort of soften this edge. I think I want to use that sort of color kinda. Alright, so now we have some texture for the landscape. We might do some yeah, for the castle as well. Can we merge it? Yes, I think we can. Now we're just gonna grab a brush. I'm gonna grab the stuff that we put in with the texture. I'm gonna sort of blend that in with our original image. So hopefully get a nice image out of it. We don't have to follow the line draw exactly. Can stray away a little bit from it too. We probably want some stuff in here as well. Make that mountain a little bit greener and fresh as well. And this is definitely rocky, so I'm gonna grab a different brush. This one, I guess. So yeah, I think that kind of that works a little bit better than what we had before. I think we can darken the castle as well. Make that a little bit lighter. So light is sort of shining in these arches. Probably some sunlight that is hitting these arches down there. So let's add that as well. Yeah, so far so good. I think. I think this is definitely an improvement over we had. Give more texture now. We have add values. This is really bright though. This spot here. Figure out what we're gonna do with that. If we want to keep that or not. I think we do, but I think we want to sort of spread it across the castle in other places as well. So. I think we get to catch any light. And we may sort of a little bit brighter as well. It's not that bright. It's a pink. It's kind of interesting. We probably should get some clouds in there as well at some point, but there's one thing here. We don't have any stuff going on for that side, so let's grab this area here. Throw it on there. For that little corner. Probably soft light is right. So, and then we can use the lasso tool. Say, it's not part of. So, this. Then, oh, there we go. All right. It's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. Slowly but surely. We're gaining traction on this little piece. Add some highlights in the grass. And I'm not sure if I really want to add too much texture to this sort of castle wall and stuff like that. Could do it. Like, and it's probably casting shadows on the sun. Yeah, it's alright this way. Let's grab something like this. Probably gonna catch some sunlight. Little hole here. Um, I feel that it could use some more dramatic lighting than it does have right now. But sure how I'm gonna achieve that. I'm gonna stick with the painting for now, improving bit by bit, sort of the key here. As you can see, as soon as we sort of get rid of the line drawing, you can kind of see what's going on, but there's still a lot of information missing. So kind of have to start working that, getting information in a better way, so that you can actually see where the castle starts. Because we want the image to be readable without this line drawing. Then it's still quite a mess. Let's try to sort of fix that. Clean up the mess. Yeah. Things like windows and stuff, we can put those in later. But, they're not really as important as sort of a good outline of the castle as well itself. Still not sure what's going on there. We need to figure that out. How this tower exactly works, because at this point it's not working at all. I think I'm just gonna make this one big tower. Gonna join these two together. I already know what I sort of had in mind. I kind of wanted a sort of a overhang here, but let's try to get it back in. Some light to the roof. Probably need some other colors. Maybe some reds on the side here. This is a little bit too bright, but can adjust that. Yes, the original image had sort of these red shutters. Those, so try to as well. And maybe some whites later down the line as well. Same as we have here. Shoot from this tower. So, go. Works now. A little bit better. Yeah, definitely need to do this more, practice more, because landscapes is one thing. That's sort of easy, but making architecture and also interesting architecture, that's quite a challenge. And I definitely think that we could have made this sort of can make this image more interesting by or this castle by changing the viewpoint. Currently, this is quite a sort of touristy shot point, but you could maybe make it closer so that you look up to the castle. That change the perspective on it. I think you can get some really nice effects there. Really nice images by doing that. But that's also something we need to work on. Sort of the way we approach that. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm gonna sort of finish it today. Probably not. People who know me know that I have a hard time finishing paintings. Doesn't stop me from trying, but I always find some interesting things. So either I should paint faster, or I should sort of lay it down maybe a little earlier and then um, continue with it at a later point. Problem with that is I might have sort of found another image that I'm working on that I like better, and it's kind of hard to get back to an image that you can like. I have a bunch of images that I sort of have abandoned because I started working on something else and I liked it better. So yeah, it's quite hard to actually finish one. Maybe we should give this all gun and make it sort of the best that we can make it. And genuinely the best that we can make it. Go for it, and then I think that's probably the better way for me at this point to improve, because early stage is sort of the idea generation, the sketches. It's super important to come up with nice ideas and with nice images, but to sort of communicate those images, you really have to kind of finish the image, and that's the hard part for me. But it's definitely something I probably will never be good at. But it doesn't mean that I cannot try to sort of improve that over the years. Skill, um, skill to sort of stick with things. I think it might be can be valuable situation like this. But yeah, and at the same time, I'm really struggling to sort of think, do I really need to work for more hours on this painting? I don't want to. I want to do something else. And that's a real struggle, and I don't really know the answer to it. Um, maybe painting is just isn't for me. That the answer? I don't want that to be the answer, because I really enjoy creating. And when it sort of does work and does go the way I want it, then I really enjoy myself. Maybe I should be able to. Maybe I should spend more time sort of figuring out which image I should work on and reading the right image rather than sketch something. Go. If you have a really interesting image with a lot of potential, maybe easier to sort of with it. I don't know. I'm just rambling, but I think it's important to both be able to stick with something and to let something. I think those are sort of equally skills. You could call it a skill or ability. You need to know when to let go, and you need to stick with. I think Um, I'm not really synchronized very well for that. Somebody does, but apparently I'm wrong. So yeah, it's it's quite a difficult, can be quite difficult sort of to know when to go for something or when to keep going, though it does seem that it doesn't go anywhere, and sometimes something looks promising, but it's better to just let go. Um, yeah, I don't know. The fact is, I just love the early stages of a new image by these new effects that you sort of see on your canvas and stuff like that. I really like that. I like to experiment, like to. I just enjoy it a lot to explore new things. That's really my thing. Explore new things, and it doesn't really it doesn't have to do with painting. I like almost everything in life except maybe taxes. But I really like to sort of explore new things and learn new things. And as soon as I sort of figured it out, I'm ready to move. Like, all right, done that. Next. Um, which with painting is kind of hard because now I'm like, oh, I wanted to do a European castle. All right, I've done it. Next. Um, but this painting is not finished. It's just sort of it's a rough image. Um, and I can't really sort of move forward with it somehow. I don't know why that is. It's I kind of know why it is. It is my ADD and it's like that make it hard. So your head is like, oh, that might be interesting to do. Um, why can't I not? It's a PNG, right? Something like that, probably. This might work. But yeah, it's enough of me rambling. Let's just continue throw some stuff on the canvas and see what happens. Kind of want to do this in a sort of a controlled fashion here. I sometimes a little bit too fast, and then like oh, throw this texture on, and then it's not working because the texture doesn't really match the image, and I really should go for textures that match the image. For instance, if I do like this, just have to sort of fix the perspective on it, and then I can just select the layer setting and might have a nice can even desaturate it if you don't want the color of the original texture to sort of mess with what you have. As you can see, it kind of works. Oh, it kind of works. It just works. quality is garbage, but that's okay because we're gonna paint over it. I think I might even turn off the line drawing now. I'm gonna turn off the line drawing, and then I think we might be better off with the line drawing at this stage. Let's see, what else can we use here? For now, let's leave it like this, and let's merge this, and let's just continue with. Also not sure what we're gonna do next. I kind of want to sort of be doing sort of two things during the live stream, sort of working on image that we're already working on, like we're doing now, and do some more sketching, stuff like that. But that's gonna happen next. I'm not really don't really have a schedule for that in terms of time. So we might work on this for an hour. We might work on it for 45 minutes. Who knows? I kind of wanted to sort of quite hard to talk about how I want to paint at the same time. I really think this needs some atmospheric perspective here. I think the image is gonna so much better with some atmospheric, because this is just, look at this little tower here. It's so sad you can't see it. That's why I haven't done it, but I really should. Let's see. Grab my brush. Probably gonna set this layer to multiply, because I don't really want the rest of it to change. Kind of works. Want to do it very slightly, then maybe normal is better, and then select the inverse. Like this slightly. Same goes for here. Want this to be a little bit further away, to be on the other side to be, so darken this up a little. A little bit much, but lower opacity. So at least this little tower now is sort of separate. It's a tricky one, this. But that's mainly because I don't really have that much experience with it, and that's why I should keep going with it, because every minute that I spend painting on it, it's a minute extra experience on this sort of type of, and I think I can really use it for other projects as well. Maybe other stuff as well. Maybe we want some white here as well, but I'm not sure. Let's sort of try to get some windows in first, because these things need to become windows. And that's strangely enough something I sometimes seem to forget. I'm like, how I'm gonna make this a building, a tree, and the simple answer is just paint the building, just paint the tree. Sort of sometimes struggling with that. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but I'm sometimes just too busy just putting brushstrokes down rather than shapes down. That's probably the best explanation for it. I really need to learn to shapes down rather than just brushstrokes. Because that's what a painting is. It is not a collection of brushstrokes, it's a collection of shapes. If you get the shapes right, then it reads as for instance a castle or a house or whatever. But first you need to get that shape right, and it's easier than I think it is. I sort of make it more complicated for myself than I have to, than I need. I was focusing more on the brushstrokes than on the, or just on putting down brushstrokes rather than shapes. That makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but in my head it makes sense. So yeah, sometimes you see me struggle a lot, and then all of a sudden I sort of find the light. Is that the correct? I see the light sort of, and then kind of works instantly. And sometimes I never really get to sort of see the light, and I keep struggling. And those are mainly the images that I never finish because I don't see sort of light. So it's definitely something I need to remind myself of when I start an image. Focus on shapes rather than anything else. Make the shapes read, and you have different ways to do that, different techniques. I mean, the shapes read now, read a lot better now, even without the line drawing. Why they are up there, but that's okay. You see, first we had the line drawing. It kind of make the shapes work, but now we don't. So yeah, I'm starting to get more pleased with this one. I struggled for it with it quite a bit, but now it's sort of getting better. And with most pieces, you well, I have it at least. You at a stage where you're like this. I don't know where this is going. It's bad. I don't know if it's ever gonna look good. Fear not. Uh, if you focus on making it better, it will become better. Usually, like 90% of the cases. Um, so yeah, and remember, and that's especially a message for myself. Focus on the shapes rather than anything else. It's all a collection of shapes. I think I'm just gonna make that my motto. Focus on shapes. All about shapes. And then probably some people who were like, yeah, no, it's all about light, or it's all about this, or all about that. Yeah, but isn't that the same? Isn't it that light creates shapes that we see? Without light, we see shapes. So yeah, it's obvious that we light, shadow, create those shapes. So yeah, that's me rambling about, I don't know, shapes. um, it's like this should be that. How long have I been streaming? 50 minutes already. Wow, time flies when you're rambling about shapes. Let's sort of try to set this pitch in some landscape. Um, want this tower to be more present, so we're gonna do it. So we're gonna select first, wrap, soft brush, slightly sort of tap first, slightly sort of tap the background there, and then it should pop out. Yes, don't need that much difference in value to sort of make that happen. Go. So I think we're sort of getting there. yeah, we're sort of getting there. I'm gonna sort of check what we've done lately, because did some painting and stuff. Let's see what's in there. Ah, this is also a painting that we sort of didn't know where to go, what was going on, and I think it's starting to turn out okay. I think the architecture on this thing is boring. It should be better. Yeah, that's getting somewhere. This is a really quick one we did. I quite like these. I probably should do more of things like this. I used mainly the lasso tool with a big brush. I sort of had this idea in my head, and I just started sort of puzzling it together, and it's not a finished painting, but it's a nice, a really nice sort of concept. This is sort of some black and white stuff that we did. This is probably like 5 minutes work max. So I think these are really valuable to sort of often. This is a mess. This is supposed to become, but crazily enough, I think I can really see this going somewhere and actually be a really nice painting. Same goes for here. We just threw this Hummer or Humvee, threw down some mess, and as you can see, that's sort of the speed that gets in the way of making a good painting, because I create this big mess with my brush. This was done a little bit slower. I don't think I recorded any of this, but this is actually looking quite interesting. I think it's a quite nice sort of, quite a nice image. This doesn't really need that much. Maybe some values here and there to sort of make some buildings pop out a little bit better. Maybe some little bit of cleanup, and I think you can just all this done. And this is not much work time, but that's something I did in my own time without any sort of pressure, whatever. It's 15. I did some thumbnails for my own. See stuff really that interesting. This is something I also quite like. I think this was quite a good painting. I started on my own, then on a stream I improved it a little bit, but I think I want more paintings like these, because I really think this is a really good sort of, this is a really nice image. And yeah, I don't know how the mindset was when I created that. Remember? But yeah, can I balance on this? It's color balance. No, no, balance. What is the shortcut for color balance? Control. That's good to know. Why doesn't my color balance change? What is wrong with this? Can change color balance. Right. Of course, it's not in here. It was originally this line sort of line drawing. Why we I think I'm just gonna leave it like this, delete the line, and like, yeah, that's done. That would be, yeah, kind of sad. But, can I adjust color? Can I adjust the color balance now? Finally, all right. I'm not sure what I want from this. Do I really want to? Can do whatever we. I think that I want this environment to be quite cold. Maybe a little bit too strong. I think I'm gonna keep it like this. Maybe later make it a little bit less cold, but it's too red. Really like the cold one. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that because it sort of fits the castle. I think style with a temperate landscape, so it's probably not too hot there. Um, and yes, we did some thumbnail sketches. This is something I did in my own time. I draw a lot of these. This is some black and white that we did. We streamed that. We might. I think I'm gonna ditch the bottom two because I'm not really sure how to. But the top two and especially this one, I quite like it. Where it is going. Maybe that at some point. So it's good to sort of see what kind of stuff you have. This is something we did during a stream. This wasn't really going anywhere when we tried to do it. This was kind of okay. Quite liked it. This is a fledged painting almost. In the end, I think this sort of big chunk of tree here should just go. I think if we got rid of that, I think the image would be a lot better. So what say? Let's do it like this. What is wrong with this brush? Is this the water? Let's grab a. Let's put the flow at 90, opacity 790. You want to get rid of it. Theory, we want to set up. Yes, we would have to sort of work on the clouds, sort of make it work. But I think that would have made it a better image. It was sort of it was part of the original sort of thing that we had. Yeah, I really liked this this image. I should have just done this earlier and then maybe added some epic structure here in the background as well. Maybe tilt this out a little better. They've had a really nice one here. This, maybe it has some potential, but this probably has potential as well. I really like these colors. Yeah, that's sort of the main reason why I like this, the color scheme. I think that's a main selling point. Yeah, let's save it. Why not? And the problem with this one, this doesn't really have a really basic color scheme. Sure how to change that. But yeah, that's sort of me just browsing sort of what we're doing. But these were the sort of the spaceship stuff that we did. I think we might do want to go bottom one here at some point. I did this top one and I really wasn't sure about it. Now that I look back onto it, I think with a little bit of yeah, I redid it. I think yeah, the read is a lot. I think it could use sort of another pass, but did I ever make a video about this one? I don't know. Sure. Some hidden treasures here. This is definitely one that has potential, but it's unfinished. And that's one of the. This is sort of a quick project I did on my own. Probably like 2 minutes of work. It has potential, I think. But this one, it may be funny to talk about it for a little while. This is sort of a perfect example of me sort of abandoning images. I think with a little bit of work on it, I think it can be a really image. But I sort of just abandoned it, and it got forgotten, and yeah, the rest is history. I probably should. That's probably some interesting stuff to do. Sort of revisit old paintings and see if we can, and especially the ones where we think that have potential. Maybe for instance this one. That's not a really an painting, but like we did with this one, this is sort of the redo of one of the quick paintings that the very first video I did on the channel, and then we made this out of it. I think that was a really cool cool project, and I think this turned out really nice. Yeah, this stripped down memory lane is definitely something that is really sort of triggering. Is triggering the right word? I'm not sure. The problem, yeah, I remember the problem with this one is I merged the line drawing with the original image. But this is actually a. Did I do this on stream? Probably. This is actually quite a nice image, I think. Maybe it needs a sort of a city in the background, but this is some nice stuff that we have here. I made interesting stuff, more interesting than this one. That's for sure. But we could try to sort of revisit some of the old stuff. This one, I had a lot of fun with this one as well. The same principle. Not really finished. Probably this needs a lot of lights and stuff like that. Pain in the butt to do it all. But, Yeah, some nice images, I think. Sort of as quick sketches, not really sure about the bottom one here. I like this sort of field type of thing that I did. Yeah, it's really helping sort of to look back and to check everything that you did already. This was a bad painting. This was a really good one actually, or this really had a lot of potential, I think, and I really want to go with this a lot more. Sort of sketch it and then fill it in with colors like this, because I think the colors are really cool, and I think with a little bit of work, these images could really be amazing. So this is sort of an example we want to look at, and the same goes with this one, because this is actually a quite nice image in terms of the sphere. So yeah, we created this one in we made a finished one out of that. It is. We started sort of with the number two with another one with this one, but it never really got anywhere. But this is something as well. We could try to revisit this at some point and make it better. It's a nice trip down memory lane. What's the first here? Oh, this is all we did this year. So some of them are quite recently actually. So yeah, do I? What do I do? How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 10 minutes. I could take a break and see what we if we could sort of uh, grab one and continue with this with that one. Maybe one day we will feel the same about this castle, but for some reason I can't really communicate these shapes and this setting in a cool way. For instance, this it's it's also the view, the point of view, of course, the perspective that's nice, I think, on this one, but also the maybe the theme coloring, although it's quite monochromatic, but same goes for here. Really nice, I think, really nice coloring and stuff like that. Uh, Same goes for these two. For some reason, it doesn't really work with just like this. I don't know what it is. Someone who has an ID, let me know. Maybe it's because the complexity of the building is sort of draining my energy to think about it. That maybe that's it. I don't know. Should keep the color as it is, like this. We should go to something more like this. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't really wrap my head around it, and it's making me mad. But yeah, in the near future, I think we're definitely gonna see to try to sort of revisit some older projects. Maybe something like this one, or work on this and let's not save it, and try to do stuff like this. Um, I really like it. Let's see, what time is it? We could try to do a quick sketch, sort of finish it off. Let's open up. Thing is, I have all sorts of folders here. Let's open a sketch one. We created this sketch yesterday. Bit of the line drawing. Save it as sketch 3. Maybe we should get a 16:9 ratio. Crop. Good. Because I started on A4 and then I kind of cropped the image and then yeah, get a real strange um what's it called, aspect ratio. Not sure what to sketch. I sometimes I just like to go sort of like this, and then I'm like, this could be a monster, for instance, with some legs, or a spaceship, or could be anything, And I kind of like that way of sketching to go and rough some some legs in, maybe this, and it's not always working, but now it's not working. But yeah, we could do landscapes. I really like landscapes, but do those all the time. I should also get into characters at some point. For some reason, if I make a character, I kind of always start with a shoulder pad rather than a than the head, for instance. Sure, if I'm really that, I'm not that good at character drawing. I should do this. I should this always with my stream. Just uh, pick a painting, work on it for a while, and after that, just go ham on sketching. I don't know, because I like sketching and drawing, stuff like that. Like, you know what? I'm not sure if this is gonna work. We could scrap it. We could base it a little bit. Face, right? It's hardly a face, but not good at faces. So are hard, man. Don't have the patience for it. That's probably the best way to. Some concept art pose. Um, maybe it's just sort of summoning, slightly bent up stuff. More arms, stuff like that. I really like this sort of process, and I'm always really rushed with it. But with sketching, that doesn't really matter. I think the thing that I'm missing is a step between this and the painting. If I wanted to make this into a painting, I stupid enough to sort of uh, start painting right on top of it, and it's probably a good idea. Maybe some beak, that like Doctor Mask. And as you can see, it's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, which is not gonna help when you want to paint. So you definitely would have to clean this up. This is really rough, even for it's, this is very. But that's mainly because I'm sort of not really comfortable with sketching this stuff. So I'm like readjusting, changing, readjusting, like that. Yeah, that's a sketch, and then we can go like, you know what, let's delete that, let's save this as sketch 4, and we could do stuff, something else, like, you know what, we need a I don't know, spaceship, since alien spaceship, that's what it's gonna look like. Sort of a mothership with currently sketching on the actual background layer, but that's okay. Getting a lot of messages, that be a positive thing. Not really sure what this is going, because I'm sort of distracted and my head isn't in the game. So get a new layer. We're gonna so go new layer and start over. But yeah, the sort of the was I what did I want to say? I think revisiting sort of old images is definitely something we want to start doing in the future, and maybe do this more often. Just go ham and sketch some stuff. Sort of like we don't care what happens. Just sketch and see what comes of it. Try to sort of make it cool, make it nice. Cockpit is here. Has these sort of arms. It started with more shape and evolved in an alien type ship. I really like to sort of do these little sketches. I could do these. I think I could do things like this all day. Sketching like this. This is more my. I should grow into a sketching channel rather than. So I think sketching is it's really fast. It's not sure where this is going with this, but yeah, I was talking about sketching. I have a tendency to not finish my sentences, which is a rather annoying habit. Streaming video, whatever. Um, but yeah, sketching is it's just fast, and when you're like, you know what, this is not going anywhere, this is not working. Like, you know what, over there, go with something new. And that way you sort of, I don't know, it's to me it feels so much more creative because you're it feels like, for me it feels like my arm is connected directly sort of to my brain, and when I'm doing this, and uh, as soon as I have a new ID, or it's not right, I'm sorry. As soon as I have a new ID, or a slight change or whatever, I can immediately apply it. I don't have to worry about perspective or whatever. Um, Not saying that painting isn't creative. I think that's it's really creative, and really jealous of some people make incredible masterpieces with. But this is definitely my thing. This is what I. This is probably something that there's not a lot of things that I could do for a very long time. But I think I could do this for a living. If someone said, you know what, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna sketch all day, every day. Come on, I think I'd surprise myself on how long I could do that without getting bored. This is always something new to sketch. And I'm like, you know what? Why can't I sketch and then someone else can turn it into to his concept art or a painting or whatever? That's I should create a new fashion sort of concept art. The art for concept arts to it's not art. I don't care if it's not called art. The ID generator. That's sort of how you could say it. All about generating IDs. And when I'm painting, I'm sort of spending too much time on the same ID, already pondering about other things in my head for a very long time already. But that's why. We figured it out. That's why I can't finish a painting. I'm already busy with other stuff in my head. My head is already looking sketches, for instance. So maybe we should, instead of uh, painting, should focus more on the sketching side of things. Because this is what I really enjoy. This is what I think I enjoy this more than painting. So why bother with painting stuff? I think we're onto something here. Because I was about to sort of end the stream, like, how long is it going for now? Like 15 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. Okay, I don't really know. Now I'm like, I could go for another hour probably. can go for another hour because I need to eat, but if I hadn't, I wouldn't have to eat. Could have gone another hour. Maybe I should just take a break and then back. Um, right? Sorry. Yeah, and I really like these sort of these flowing lines and sort of. So I know what I am going to do the coming weeks on the channel. It's just sketch, 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 sketch. Because the thing is, at a certain point, you're like, I wonder how that would look like when I finish it, when I make a painting out of it, and then you have a much better motivation, I think, to actually start working on it, rather than when you sort of sketch for the painting, which well, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy the painting, but which you enjoy less than the actual sketching. Uh, and in a week's time, it might be different. I'm maybe like, oh, I'm done. I don't know. It's something I do all the time. When I sort of have to wait, and I'm sitting behind my desk and I have a piece of paper, always starting to grab a pen and start to do things like this. So yeah, that's definitely something I enjoy doing. And some of them are better than others. Some like are like, eh, not working, and others are like, well, this could be nice. Sort of bug-like spaceships. It's a theme here. And gonna do it like I do on my paper as well. We're gonna find empty space everywhere and fill it in with sketches. Yeah, we're repeating a lot of the shapes, but that's okay because we want to explore what we can do with these shapes for this sort of type of spaceship or whatever we. Sketches are like things that are like small enough that you sort of working for a couple of minutes on them and then work, you're going to the next one, and sometimes you can come back and you're like, but I have some adjustments to make. Now I'm just doing for the sake of showing it, um, but yeah, this is not me for the sake of showing it. This is me actually doing it. Good thing about Photoshop is you have this power to manipulate that you don't have on paper. Paper, you're like, you know what? I wish I had done this that differently. And can't really erase it. Well, I can't erase it because I this sketching pen. But that's also what makes your sketches more live, I think. It'll be a slightly different design, sort of upright design rather than yeah. Yeah, what's it? Horizontal design instead of design. Yeah, that's sort of how long was that? I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna do more on the channel. Just keep sketching, sketching, sketching. I don't know. I just like it. And yeah, it's probably less sort of glamorous than painting. But for me, it's I don't know. It's always something new, always new shapes and new combination of the shapes, and that's what I really like about it. So yeah, uh, that's definitely something we're gonna play with on the channel. Next week, well, I may stream on Friday, not sure. Otherwise, we will be back next week, and then we'll be back with Planet Zoo. It's a strange little hop to something else, but it's a really creative game, and I wanted to sort of want this channel to be about all sorts of creativity and not just about painting. So we're gonna grow in a broader perspective. And I think creative gaming, well, it's definitely something that I enjoy, and so I want to share that enjoyment with you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.